into authentic conversations about ourselves and our community, exploring topics that uplift and inspire us. From personal growth to social change. So grab your teacup and get ready to join the conversation.
The day will come when we will name names other than Sean Combs, and there's a lot of names. Of course, I already know who some of these individuals are, but because of the nature of this case, we're going to make damn sure that we're right before we do that. But the names that we're going to name, assuming that our investigators confirm and corroborate what we've been told, are names that will shock you. The day will come when we will name names other than Sean Combs, and there's a lot of names. It's a long list already. And of course, I already know who some of these individuals are, but because of the nature of this case, we're going to make damn sure that we're right before we do.
Okay, y'all, it is really messy and muddy out here with Diddy, y'all. Okay. There have been a lot of things going on. Let's see.
What if I told you you just need to wet this
With
race?
people that were muddying up the Diddy case, like when Diddy first got arrested, people were coming out of the woodwork saying, you know, Diddy did all of these things to me. Hold on, y'all, because I have that on my page. Let me just find it on my page. Okay, let me just find it on my page. And I really want to thank everybody for subscribing. Okay. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers. And I want to achieve that goal. And I want you guys to help me. So please subscribe. So I've got it on my page. Let's see. Here's one. And Mike Lowry over on all viral access media on YouTube. Go over there and like and subscribe to his channel.
Damn, man, you be having me everywhere, shorty. So
alleged. That's not alleged. I'm in Vibe magazine.
Give me a scenario where it's just regular Ja Rule, he was just running around and he chilling and he just smacking him on the ass, because what I was trying to get out my mind where somebody was telling me, yeah, girl.
My mind. Hold on. I got my homie coming. bringing me some wine and some weed. Hold on. And he's calling me on this phone. He don't got my other phone number. Oh, shit. Oh, excuse me, YouTube. Hold on 1 second. I have to mute it because I got to pick up this call because I got to plug my charger and my phone about to die. Hold on.
All right.
And, yeah, just hold on. I'm not falling off. If I don't answer, he gonna leave thinking that I'm not for real. And I'm like, oh shit.
Now,
over the validity of allegations and claims made by Misha in some of our viral interviews. Though I do believe a large part of her testimony, I do realize that some of her claims needs to be further investigated. Now, Cassie's law firm released a statement via Twitter X that it's not Misha in the D&G shirt, although she claims that it is her.
This says a woman has recently come forward claiming to be our Jane Doe, who asserted claims of gender-motivated violence against Sean Combs, Harv Pierre, and others. She is not the individual we represent in the pending lawsuit. Our client's identity remains confidential. This is from Wigdor LLP at Wigdor Law, bitches. Now, they're talking about the Misha Fuller, okay? Misha Fuller, we did a piece last week with the Hood Prophet, our psychic medium Terra Rita, to the show, bitch. And that's her, okay? A law firm has came forward and said a woman has recently come forward claiming to be our client, Jane Doe. Meaning we are not peddling our client's pussy all around the internet for interviews of none of the motherfucking sort. Who asserted claims of gender-motivated violence against Sean Combs, Harv Pierre, and others. She is not the motherfucking individual we represent.
So listen up. State Farm was
plenty of headlines in recent months for making countless shocking allegations against celebrities. She's gone after the likes of Jay-Z, Beyonce, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Lionel B, and many more. Now, however, she's been hit with some allegations of her own. Recently, Tasha K released her interview with Wright's son, Sam Odom Jr. During the interview, he accused his mother of using him as a pawn and a shield against the discredited victim Lamisha Fuller in her medicated rants, and alleged that since the Lionel B show allowed her to tell her harrowing story and get millions of views, that he is manipulating the victims. Diagnosed as a schizophrenic, her grand delusions are often ignored by everyone, except for her deranged cult follows her platform. She created an unbelievable story that Lionel B being paid by Diddy and Jay-Z, which is quite odd because his countless videos are actually going after the two hip-hop icons. Her outstanding arrest warrants in Texas are proof that she will do anything to attempt to bring down the YouTube journalist, since she's clearly failed miserably at that job, as well as being a singer. More details to come.
We also got another deranged woman who was unfortunately shot by Diddy, and my heart goes out to all the victims of Diddy. Now, she's alleging that the reason she asked for $5,000 to interview with me is because I offered to fly her out to Florida to do an in-person interview, and she thought I was gonna alive her when she got here, and that I was hired by Diddy.
Stop it. Get some help.
Ladies, stop the cap and stop the fake praying on your show, all the while you're cussing out people's mothers on your platform.
Stop the cap.
I offered to have her on my show so she could tell her story on a large platform in person and not a virtual interview, because I personally feel it's a better vibe when you're in the same room. And I thought it would be dope to switch up the format.
After conning YouTubers to appear on their platform, telling a fake story and claiming to be R. Kelly's cellmate. He attempted to try to feature on the Lionel.
So this move is so fucking slow. About this con, you're like artist, and it's not right. Okay, it's just not right to steal somebody else's story and pretend to be other people. Stay warm, bundle up under the covers, y'all. Okay, it is cold. Hey everybody, happy Sunday. This is just a quick video on like Misha. Like every time she's exposed or debunked, she still comes back and just tries to keep her con going. Girl, you are completely exposed. I know there are some people that still believe you. However, the majority of the people out there don't believe you anymore at all. You need to stop this con. You're like artist, and it's not right. Okay, it's just not.
I want to thank you for your support and your condolence to what I've been through and understanding me, but I would like to apologize for the misled information.
People don't apologize unless they're wrong or they've done something wrong. So for the fact that she came forward to apologize means that she did something wrong. So how on one hand can you be giving an apology saying you did something wrong, and on the other hand saying that you didn't do anything wrong and somebody just twisted your words? No, the misled information is AKA lies. You got on here and lied, pretending to be that Jane Doe in a D&G shirt with the skirt. You pretended to be her, and now that you are exposed, you're trying to hide your hand, backpedal, and deflect. Okay, and now you're trying to say, "Oh, I'm just a woman on the table, not the D&G." And then the next thing you know, he says, "Oh, well, I do have a D&G photo, but it's just not that one." Again, a liar will always think of a new lie and a new lie and a new lie, and their lies will be ongoing because they don't want to get caught up. Okay.
About the D&G shirt, I knew that me coming out saying there was me in a D&G shirt, that's someone else's case. So I knew that I could not say that. That's why I didn't want Adria to go live and say anything about the D.
But you did say it. You did say that was you. And even when Lionel put the picture up and others were putting the picture up, you kept on talking about that photo and you kept on saying that was you. You knew exactly what pictures were floating around. The only picture floating around with the girl sitting on Diddy's lap with the D&G in the studio. You described play by play of what was in her lawsuit. Besides, you added on some things that you messed up on, whatever. So you could completely stole this girl's story. And now that you're exposed, you're trying to say, "Oh, I never said that was me." Yes, you did.
D&G shirt. But everything that I experienced with P. Diddy is real. Apologize to the Jane Doe victim. I never said her story was my story.
Yes, you did.
I've been through things she has been through, but I never said her story was my story. And
yes, you did.
Just want to apologize if I missed.
That was your whole foundation and the premise. Your whole argument was that was you.
Misled anyone. The misled information was Miss English. I told her, I can't claim to be her, you know.
But you did plan to be her. You told everybody that was you.
I think if you go back and watch your interviews, I say I can't say that's me. I went through something.
You did say that was you. He asked you, "Are you the girl in the D&G shirt?" You said yes. The T-shirt. Other people have brought this to your attention, and you have brought it to other people's attention, as well as being that girl in the D&G shirt at the studio. Stop lying.
And I never said that woman's story was my story. I never.
Yes, you did.
Said I found anything.
Yes, you did. You have said you filed things, and as a Jane Doe only comes up twice. Either you're a Jane Doe in a lawsuit, which you were claiming to be the Jane Doe in that lawsuit, or you are a Jane Doe as an unidentified body of remains. So if somebody finds remains, if law enforcement finds remains, they will go out and try to, see who's the remains. The other option, the only other time Jane Doe is used is for unidentified remains. A body is found, they don't know who the woman is. They will call her a Jane Doe until they find out her true identity. And that doesn't pertain to you. So you were pretending like you were the Jane Doe in a D&G shirt. You were just hoping that her picture would stay blurred and nobody would know who she was ever.
When I wrote my statements to the police officers throughout the time that I was with him, and it was, get my statements, we have the same similar thing. So it brought up trauma. The misled is me being Jane Doe in the lawsuit. I'm Jane Doe. As far as when I did file, they told me to put Jane Doe down, but
if you file something and put Jane Doe, that is a lawsuit. A police report is not going to be Jane Doe unless it's an unidentified woman or unidentified body. That's not going to be you. So you're trying to spin and backpedal and take back what you said, now that you're exposed. Now, this is called deflection and lying and spinning and twisting. You're cornered, you're caught, and now you're trying to, how can I get out of this? I have to lie. It's confusing because you're lying, that you're all over the place, and your answer does not make sense. So you're basically continuing to lie.
That's her lawsuit. It's not mine. So that's the misleading.
So you're apologizing to her for what? Why are you apologizing to the Jane Doe? Because you stole her identity. You only apologize to somebody if you're wrong. And that's why you say, I apologize, that's her case. So you stole her case and you stole her identity, and now you're apologizing for it. And that on the other hand, you're also trying to hide your hand.
The information right there. I don't know if I explained it right.
And look at the title of Lionel's video. It says you admit to not being the girl in the D&G. You say it says you finally admitted to not being the girl in the D&G shirt.
Who, I already knew this thing. That's why I said that I can't say this me in the DG sweater. Now, I know I took a picture.
But you did say that was you in the D&G. You did say it.
Picture like that, but her story and her lawsuit has nothing to do with me.
Well, you pretended like it did.
When I get there, I had that on. I wake up, I have on the DG and I have on a skirt. And he was telling me, welcome to the flavor account.
When you get there, you have on the D&G shirt and the skirt. You were pretending to be that girl at the studio, taking those pictures. You described everything that's in her lawsuit, and then you added on a bunch of stuff as well.
And I'm going to make you a star. You have the qualities or whatever. And he gave me a camera, and he told me to take pictures of the area. Like, take pictures of that stuff that I remembered. I took a picture of the pool table. I took a picture of the room. I took a picture of the studio because it's pictures without me in the studio, but it was just regular pictures. I took pictures of that. And I remember him, like, I didn't have my underwears or nothing on when I was sitting on his lap in that picture.
And you said you were sitting on his lap in the studio, right? And everybody knows what picture that is. The girl with the D&G shirt, and she's also wearing a G skirt sitting on Diddy's lap, the blur photo. Okay, you were pretending to be her.
I remember him like telling me like, "Ooh, she got a nice body, got like a nice little shape on her."
That's also in that girl's lawsuit. Anna Kane, who we know who that is now. In her lawsuit, she stated the same thing about what they were saying about her body. So you stole her story.
Whatever. And like I just felt uncomfortable. And after that happened, I'm in a daze again.
Now you just to confirm, you were the one that had the D&G tank top on, correct?
Yes, I was.
You were the one that had the D&G tank top on. You told people that this was you, man. You kept on saying that this was you. You saw the pictures that Lionel posted. You saw the pictures that everybody else posted. You told people that this was you.
I was. Dawn saw me in the studio. She saw me. I put her in the documents. She saw me.
You said Dawn saw you in the studio, ma'am. Dawn did not audition for MTV's Making the Band until 2004. That incident that you're talking about in the studio with the other Anna Kane happened in 2003. So how can Dawn Richards be in the studio when she didn't meet Diddy until 2004 for auditioning for Making the Band? See what I mean? So you need to stop your lies. You say, oh, Dawn saw me in the studio.
Everybody I named, they saw me. Cassie saw me when Cassie was running. Cassie was mad because
who says Cassie saw her in the studio too? First of all, that was a hotel that this incident happened with Cassie and Diddy. So how could she storm off because she saw y'all effing, which you should be actually saying graping, not effing, if you're actually telling the truth about him assaulting you, right? Secondly, that was surveillance footage from the Intercontinental Hotel in California. Daddy's house studio, where you're saying that you were at, is actually in New York. So that's geographical information that you have wrong as well. And also, you said that was supposed to be 2003 when you were a minor, that he assaulted you at the studio in New York. But you're now saying while stuff was happening to you, Cassie stormed out, but that wasn't until 2016. So you're thinking, oh, that's an old video. There's no date no, there is a date, March 2016, Intercontinental Hotel in Century City, Los Angeles. So that is not about you, ma'am. You were a full grown up at that time in 2016. Please stop the lies.
ran off with that much money. And that's money in that duffel bag she was running with.
You talking about in the hotel where she's getting beat?
Yeah, that's like it's old. Like she got beat. Like they just now putting the stuff out. But that's money that he keep in that duffel bag. She was trying to run with that money.
Thanks for watching. Remember to show your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing. It's a blessing. Keep your teacups filled and ready for my next upload. Until then, stay inspired and remember, always stay vigilant. Authentic conversations about our ourselves and our community, exploring topics that uplift and inspire us. From personal growth to social change, so grab your teacup and get ready to join the conversation.
Gonna jump right on in it and see what's all to be sipped about Diddy's first day of trial. Like, does anybody know the races of the jurors? I do know that there are 8 men and 4 women. I just don't know if they're black or white, Asian, Caucasian, Mexican, European, French, Spaniard. I don't know. So if anybody knows what the races of the jurors are, can you please drop that in the chat? Also, please remember to like, subscribe, and drop your teacups as well. So I'm going to see if I can find what the races of the jurors are for Diddy's trial. If you guys know, please be some teacups and spill that in the chat, please. What are the races of the jurors in the Diddy trial? Who knows? Okay, we know that it's mostly male, and there are a few hip hop fans. This is according to MSN, Business Insider. So the jury for Sean Puffy Combs is mostly male. There are some hip hop heads on the trial or the juror. There are 8 men and 4 women. They said that they listen to R&B and or hip hop. These New Yorkers are among the 8 men, 4 women panel of jurors, a scientist, a massage therapist, and a deli clerk. Okay. Who are set to determine Sean Diddy Combs' fate in his criminal sex trafficking case. Combs, the hip-hop mogul and businessman, who was once on the cusp of becoming a billionaire, I believe he was a billionaire in some essence of time, faces up to life in prison if convicted at trial of all the charges against him. So the 12 jurors plus 6 alternates were seated on Monday today following a jury selection process that unfolded over a week in a Manhattan federal courtroom. 4 of the jurors plus 6 selected for the trial, which is expected to run about 2 months, said during the process known as voir dire, that they liked hip hop or R&B music. So they've been selected. There are 8 men, 4 women. One of them is a 30-year-old woman from the Bronx, who works in the deli counter at the grocery chain Grissetti's, said that her mother was arrested and convicted over 20 years ago for stealing money from a bank. Okay. She worked in the bank and they caught her and she got arrested. She previously told the court. Okay. All right. Another juror, a retired 8-year-old man from West Chester wrote in his jury questionnaire that he had viewed the infamous security camera footage in which Combs appears to beat Cassie Ventura, an R&B singer who was his girlfriend at the time. Ventura is the prosecution's key witness. Like I said, sippers, nobody, you're not going to find nobody that hasn't saw the camera footage of Combs beating Cassie. I saw it 10 times just this morning, watching it all over the news coverage, right? And Ventura Cassie is the prosecution's key witness, and jurors are expected to be shown that footage at the trial, among other graphic videos. Okay, so my bad, y'all. I'm not even sharing my screen with my people. 1 second. I'm so sorry. Ugh. Okay, now you guys can see my screen. All right, let's continue reading. So, amongst other graphic videos. So, like we all know, like you have to have some type of very fuck-wittable evidence for the feds to give you fed time. There's usually video, audio. You can't just testify against somebody, and because most people like Diddy, you can't just testify. You just can't say Diddy did something. Diddy is way too powerful and influential, and backed by a lot of popular demand for you to just say, "Oh, Diddy ate me." Okay, Diddy ate me. And you lock Diddy up for the rest of his life in a federal penitentiary. Okay, you have to have some type of very fuck-wittable evidence, some very stickable evidence, okay, believable evidence. So the feds usually come with, audio, la-da-da. So, of course, with key witnesses, things like that. So, yes, that's where Cassie's going to play, the biggest role. Oh, this damn train. Okay, so anyway, that juror also said that he had a problem viewing graphic videos showing violence, but would force himself to watch if needed. I don't know. This is going to be a good juror for Diddy. I don't see it. I don't think that he's gonna, take any of the evidence entered by the prosecution lightly. At all. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to take it very hard and be very critical of Diddy, because he's saying he has a problem viewing graphic videos showing violence, but would force himself to watch if needed. That's like me saying, I have a problem. Like, I don't really like watching horror. I don't, but I will force myself to watch it if I think it might be a good, scary watch, and whatever have you, but I don't necessarily like them. Like, I kind of have a problem with a lot of them. So I don't think that that's going to be a good juror for Diddy. I wouldn't be biased, he goes on to say, and to be honest, I'd have to make myself look at it, said the man who worked for Verizon for 40 years. Okay. So like a lot of these people are like everyday comers and goers. They're not like other professional businessmen of Diddy's colleagues. Okay. I haven't seen one person yet that's even a millionaire that's going to be testifying.
Thanks for watching. Remember to show your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing. It's a blessing. Keep your teacups filled and ready for my next upload. Until then, stay inspired and remember, always stay sipping.